Hey guys, it's Jolanta from Soullight Space. I'm astrologer and tarot reader, and in this video I would like to continue the topic of Saturn in Pisces 2023-2026. I already made one video about this transit. You can find the link down below, so if you haven't seen it yet, please start watching from there and then continue jumping into this part. This is the second part, as I mentioned, and first of all I would like to make some little summary of what we already discussed in the first video based on timestamps that I made for the first video. So let me just have a look at my computer. So in the first video I talked about general information about Saturn being in Pisces, what does it mean, what this planet represents, what kind of energy it brings. We talked about how it was when Saturn was in Aquarius in the last 3 years, and what this shift into Pisces can change in Saturn energy. I will continue talking about this in this video because I haven't say everything what I wanted. I haven't said, sorry. Also, I shared a bit of my own Saturn experience in that video. I showed you what you can expect from this transit on a personal level, how you can find this out. We spoke about shadow side of Pisces because Saturn will be focused on mastering, cleaning, developing this side of us that represents shadow of Pisces. So things that I spoke about, escapism, victimhood, addictions, mental health issues, lack of boundaries. We also spoke about Neptune in Pisces, transit that we have since 2011 till 2026. This is the transit that actually makes this energy of Pisces limitless, and this is also one of the potentials for, from one side, develop of spirituality, but from the other side, increase explosion of addictions. And now Saturn entering to the same area where Neptune in Pisces is since 2011. Now we can expect some sort of evaluation of this energy. If there is some addiction problems in Pisces energy in your chart, Saturn will demand you to work on it. We also spoke about Neptune and Saturn conjunction happening in 2025-2026. This conjunction, historically speaking, tends to bring very huge disease and something really serious, something that might be stronger, bigger than what we had in 2020, a real pandemic. Unfortunately, something like Spanish flu, to compare to what kind of destruction this can provoke. That's why I also mentioned that it's very crucial for all of us to really work on our immune system in a natural way, and try to really take care of your health, have a healthy habits, be in nature as well, and try to find the cause of your issues in your health, instead of just trying to a certain point decrease symptoms that many pills, many substances that are sold in, for example, in pharmacology business, they just decrease symptoms, decrease pain, but it doesn't work with the cause of the problem, right? So that's my tip. Immune system on huge focus from now on. Wherever you are now in your level of that, try to really do the first step to have a better, more healthy life, more healthy diet, nutrition. Try to really be very serious about that before Saturn will bring some troubles in your health. Same with mental health. I also spoke about the fact that we might face some karmic consequences for all that happened in 2020 and the next year. What happened to immune system for humanity due to the, let's call it, experimental cocktail that so many people were forced to receive in order to be able to, for example, continue working, traveling, and so on. Now we can see that all those things that were sold to us in media, experts talking about this, I will continue calling it cocktail. Those of you who know what I'm talking about, this is for you guys. Now we can see that the consequences of this started already to show up. I will talk a little bit more about this in this video, because that's why I'm also recording this continuation. I feel like I haven't say everything I wanted. So coming back to my timestamps, yes, so be aware of that this pandemic is very possible. We can also see that in media, people talking about that. It's not only astrology, it's something that looks like it's really like planned for the future of humanity for certain reasons. We can see how 2020 showed to us how easy it is to control humanity once we spread the fear of disease that can cause even death, how easy it is to turn the whole world into one huge, very controlled system. That's why I kind of like suppose that this will be continued to a certain point. That was like a test. This first showed up of this situation in 2020. But well, let's not get into panic. Try to really, if this is fearful for you, try to understand that we also need to have awareness of what is going on, and we can react to this situation in a better way in the future. We might say no to certain things. We might also have less trust in so-called experts, in media. We might be more into rechecking things before we will jump into another trap that might then, for example, damage our immune system. And remember that big pharma wants us to be weaker because then they can sell to us those products. Then there's like more need for us to buy medicine, medical stuff, pills. All those pharmacology business is just waiting for all of us just to be permanently sick. It doesn't have to be something strong. It can be just, cold, but still all those vitamins and substances, they are drugs, all those things, they require sick people in order for the business to continue being in a high level, right? So we need to be aware of that. Then I also spoke about possible health problems that Saturn in Pisces might bring, and karma for pharmacology business and medicine, medical system, hospitals, doctors, all those people that instead of helping others using pharmacology, they decided to do it for their own profit out of corruption, for example. So I expect that Saturn will bring karma to this area, hopefully, truly hopefully. Then I also mentioned about Saturn and Neptune that meet in 2026 in the sign of Aries, the first sign of astrology, at 0 degree. This is the very brand new beginning, and this is there is like nothing in astrology that could mean a brand new beginning so strong like Aries 0 degrees. This is like really the first day of spring in astrology. So something new is emerging from this date, February 2026. And I also mentioned that Aries is a very military-oriented sign, so we also need to be aware that, anything can happen, but let's hope that this world will choose another direction the direction of, as I mentioned, brand new beginning, something new happening. Then also I mentioned that Pisces rules religion, lies, deception. So there might be also some revelation, some evaluation, some karma coming to religious people, to those who steer religions. Also maybe some hidden secretive things showing up into the light, that are connected to some religious systems. And then what else? I spoke about Saturn in Pisces through the lens of the potential, positive potential that this transit can bring, because there is a lot of potential, of course. And then also Pisces ruling all those people that are weaker, poor, also unemployed. There might be some crisis going on around those matters. Refugees, Pisces ruling people that are coming from other countries, immigrants, something unknown, someone unknown to us, especially overseas. So again, there might be some crisis here, some limitation, but also some regulation and some seriousness. So maybe from the good side, there might be some system, that some new law, some more serious approach to this matter, maybe in order to help certain people, but also from the other hand, there might be some sort of, like energy that is like limiting, restricting. For example, for refugees, this might mean, more control, borders not being so open anymore, need for some sort of visa and stuff. And again, let's not forget what Saturn in Aquarius brought: restriction of freedom, control of society. And let's take this lesson from the last 3 years with us, so we will not lose the whole sense of Saturn being in Aquarius. Last thing, Saturn in Pisces. Pisces rules illusions, dreams. So Saturn might help us now to get out of them, destroy this bubble of illusion in which some of us live, and all these self-sabotaging tendencies escaping from reality. So now what I wanted to continue here in this video, as Pisces rules spirituality, healing, also people working in this industry, let's call it industry, yes, spirituality, astrologers, healers, shamanic healers, I don't know, whatever is kind of like, it doesn't have to be even alternative, whatever that is supposed to heal your mental health, your emotions, as Pisces rules that side of us. Now this area of those professions, they might be under some sort of evaluation. Maybe there will be some sort of selection. People will be now more serious, for example, about astrology. Let's talk about astrology, but you can apply it to any single spiritual practice. So people working in astrology now, they might feel more pressure into be like more prepared to do this job. It's not gonna be like it was in the last 10 years when Neptune was in Pisces. So Neptune is without limits, without regulation, without control. Neptune is foggy and very like open, no boundaries. So this energy being in the spiritual realm could provoke that anyone could just, jump into the internet and claim themselves to be some sort of psychic healer, and just start gaining money out of that. And now with Saturn in Pisces, there might be some sort of, reality check. Saturn wants people to be really like on some certain level of education, of mastery, of experience, of wisdom, before they can, for example, offer a reading. And in terms of astrology, this is a field that, in my opinion, you never stop learning. There's just no point no point in life when you can say, okay, now I know everything about astrology, so I can call myself astrologer. I feel like this moment never comes, because astrology is the study of life, basically. You use symbols. It's very mathematical as well, but you need to study all fields of life: philosophy, psychology, your own life experience, and transformation, therapy, healing. If it's about politics, or if people who are making readings, for example, based on financial matters, there's like, you need to study whole thing called life, basically, in order to work as astrologer. And this will never stop. It's like you learn every single day to be a better astrologer. But the thing is that so-called pop astrology, some people who are like playing with astrology on TikTok, just making fun out of this, making those, I think, sometimes cruel assumptions about zodiac signs, and making fun out of, zodiac. Sometimes I see on some astrology groups that, I don't know, all Sagittarius are this and that, and all Scorpios are this and that, or which sign is the one that is cheating the most, or which sign is the best in the bed, or things like that. It's like, it's so stupid. I mean, you can do it for fun if you want, but this is not astrology, right? Those of you who know your own natal chart, you know how complex the real horoscope is, how stupid is all that you can find in magazines, like horoscope for Virgo for this week, 3 sentences, and it's just based on, imagination probably of the copywriter. It's usually not even made by astrologers. So I believe that the Saturn in Pisces can help us to clean up a little bit this space of spirituality, especially from scammers, from people who are not spiritual at all, and they don't really care about the good of humanity. They don't care about helping people. They just want to get money out of this, and they know that many people that are searching for therapy, healing, spiritual help, they are in vulnerable position. Very often those people have heavy problems, mental problems, something very difficult happening in their life. They feel lost, without direction. So people having this sort of state of life, they also tend to be a little bit more, naive, right? Like, they need compassion, they need care, and some people use that. Some people use people in that position in order to scam them. So I hope that Saturn in Pisces will simply bring some sort of karma to such people, and also will maybe create some sort of, some system, some structure, some regulation in this matter. Also, from the other hand, Saturn is restricting and it's limiting things. So who knows, maybe astrology field will go now through some sort of restriction, just like it happened with Aquarius. Saturn being in Aquarius restricted our freedom, so we couldn't fly, we couldn't travel, we couldn't cross borders, even within the country, between regions or cities. It was not allowed in many countries to even travel to the next town. So maybe there will be something going on in this matter as well, some sort of restriction. Maybe there will be a need for some certification before you can start your practice. I don't know exactly, but maybe even government will get serious about this type of profession. Maybe there will be some new law, some regulations going on in this matter. Maybe something connected to taxes as well. I don't know exactly, we will see. But Saturn tends to bring some sort of legal matters as well into the case, and some sort of justice, karmic justice. So we might expect this energy in astrology as well. I think like it's gonna shrink, like it's gonna be not so popular anymore, that everybody is now astrologer, or everybody is like maybe also so interested in astrology. Maybe it will be a little bit less of that now with Saturn, or maybe it will be a little bit harder to access that. I don't know exactly how this energy can show up, but Saturn brings, for sure, instead of expansion, and brings some sort of, you know, limitation. So astrology will be also under this energy now. Talking about health, I also wanted to mention that as Pisces rules mental health, and you know, Virgo-Pisces axis is in general this medical axis, there might be also some crisis going on with hospitals. Maybe, you know, some hospitals, there will be like a closure of some hospitals. There will be like just not enough of this for the amount of people in need. And this is pretty much connected to what is kind of like predicted. Hopefully not. Again, this is a potential, but maybe it will not happen. I really hope so, but well, my hope is quite low in this matter. I will not lie to you. And this pandemic transit and Neptune and Saturn in conjunction 2025-2026, the proper disease, the proper pandemic. So this is kind of like in correlation to not enough staff to attend all those people, not enough space for people being sick. Well, again, for me, I wish I could say something positive, because for me it's very important that we are on a high vibrational level, because we create this reality. We build this world with our consciousness, with our energy. And the higher is our vibration, the more safe, calm, peaceful, beautiful we feel, the better the whole vibration of this world becomes, because every one of you matters. So no matter what, I really want you guys to try to be, you know, try to raise up your vibration no matter what. You see, like I'm talking about all those things. I know that certain things are not comfortable to talk about. They are quite negative. They might be scary, but I still try to have my own rituals. I focus on my life. I focus on the beauty of life. I try to be in nature as much as I can, and I try to really just take care of my life and on my energy. So this is also very important for all of us. So no matter what I say here, try to treat it as a, first of all, just a potential. Nobody is saying that it's gonna happen 100%, but second thing, try to also see some sort of a potential in the fact that you know it in advance, what you can do, how you can use this information, how you can prepare yourself. And for example, knowing that there is a possibility for a new pandemic, first of all, really don't forget about what was going on in 2020, how media, expert politicians, even doctors, how they treated us, what they did to us, how they lied to us. For example, about this cocktail I just mentioned before, how the whole scenario was created by them. Like first there was a promise that this cocktail will save the world, and then people even became like conflictive one to another, attacking themselves. Those who didn't want to participate, they were like really there was like ostracism in society. Those people were like blamed for the crisis. There was a lot of hate. And this is again something that makes us weaker as society and as humanity. And remember, Pluto enters Aquarius, so this will be also very turbulent energy for us as humanity. Pluto is unstable. Pluto brings changes. Pluto brings deep transformation, but also control and violence and manipulation. So this energy can be again used towards humanity. So we need to be really open-minded. Don't forget what happened. Don't forget how suddenly the whole problem with this pandemic disappeared once the situation in Ukraine started. Look how media suddenly changed the whole dynamic. Suddenly there was no much more talking about this. What happened with the situation? It doesn't seem for you surprising that this suddenly disappeared. So we need to be aware of that this is a perfect way to control us, and we need to be very, like, have some sort of, suspicious mind, not being so naive. Don't trust everything you hear in media, because if you study more about media, who is owning what in this world, then you will understand better that media is not the source of truth. This is a source of manipulation and on keeping us on certain vibration of fear, vibration of being in the position that we feel like everything is out of our control, and this world is just, there's so much aggression and everything is so scary, and we need our politicians, our amazing leaders, to help us in this horrible situation. If we keep watching this, then we can really start believing that that's how the world looks like, and there is no beauty, no magic, no good people in this world, that everything is just wrong. I don't watch news as myself, because it is, from time to time I just have a look for a few minutes just to check how they are doing there, and once I see it, it's like I just continue not watching this anymore, because I see that there is just so much manipulation going on there that it's a one big propaganda. So that's why all this video is for you guys to get ready, to be aware that our mental health with Saturn in Pisces can have some problems, because now with Saturn being in Aquarius, also our nervous system could be damaged, because that's what Aquarius rules as well, our nerves, and that's why the anxiety, panic attack increased during this transit, due to the situation that we were into. Suddenly we were kind of like locked in our houses, so definitely nervous system now can show up in some sort of like through some mental health issues with Pisces. We switch from Aquarius to Pisces, right? And also remember that Saturn, when Saturn is affecting certain axes in horoscope, then it can bring some sort of problems and issues. So now when Saturn was affecting Aquarius Leo, so look, first that's nervous system, right? And also opposite sign Leo heart. Look what happened with heart problems, disease, heart disease, and also veins, like blockages in the blood couldn't go through the vein because of certain symptoms that suddenly started to be so globally affecting everyone since 2021. Why? You answer yourself, what could be the reason why suddenly kids, teenagers, sportsmen, people who had such a great condition, practicing sport every day, suddenly they died during, for example, during a football match or something, or when they were like running or swimming, suddenly their heart stopped working. People who were 20 years old, 25 years old, 30. This is not normal. And this happened exactly after, it started to happen after this experiment with this cocktail going on, right? I'm talking about this, right? That's why, guys, I'm trying to be as compassionate as possible with you. And please, if you suspect that you might have some problems after what happened in 2021, please go to the doctor, check your veins, check your heart, check your immune system. Just do all those proofs with your doctor, because Saturn being in Pisces will now let us pay karma, focusing on our immune system. Now this Leo Aquarius axis will be left by Saturn since March 7th. So hopefully those issues with nervous system, with heart, they will decrease. I really hope so. It will hopefully will be not so much like it was till now. But now we're gonna enter Virgo-Pisces. Pisces is about immune system, about liquids in your body, about lymph. Remember that lymph is also helping our cells to be pure and clean out of toxin. So if lymph is not working well, if there is water retention, if we don't drink enough, so all the poison toxin, they stay in our cells, in our body. And this is also the cause of a lot of sickness after all. Poisoned body will never give you a healthy life. So all kind of detox, all kind of purification will be very much recommendable. So keep that in mind. Also Virgo rules digestion systems. So again, very big focus on diet, on what you eat, on what you put into your mouth daily. Smoking, drinking alcohol, drugs, even medicine, you know, taking a lot of different pills instead of eating healthy fruits, vegetables, instead of going to nature, going to also catch a little bit of sun, vitamin D, not too much, don't burn yourself, just get a bit of sun outside to get this vitamin D. There's so many vitamins in natural products that we can eat every day instead of, you know, taking those tons of pills. Alcohol, again, Pisces rules addictions, alcohol. So people who were, you know, who went too much in this, they might also receive some sort of karmic consequences for that. Issues, all the symptoms that drinking alcohol can bring, now they can show up. For those of you who just need this wake-up call to see that, okay, I'm damaging my body, I am damaging my health doing this, and I need to stop. Saturn comes, and Saturn wants you to do it now, to work on this now, not, you know, tomorrow or in 1 year from now, 2 years from now. It's not like this with Saturn. Saturn is coming and demanding, okay, from today, I don't want to see this diet in your life. I don't want to see you doing this. You need to change your lifestyle, your all those things that are connected to your well-being, sleeping routine as well, doing some sort of sport. All those things now will be really on focus. Virgo, Pisces, this is the health axis. So that's why I'm talking so much about health, because now Saturn being in Pisces will for sure strongly activate that. And also Pluto in Virgo generation. Those of you, I don't remember now exactly the dates, but I think it's like 60s. I will check it out and I will let you know. But in general, let me see, just a generation. So this generation, Pluto in Virgo, people born between 1957 and 1972. So, you know, it's, for example, my mother, it's the generation before me. So those of you who were born in those days, you have Pluto in Virgo. And now you're going to have opposition Saturn to Pluto. That's also a strong one, you know. Now those people can really have the strongest influence on their health with this Saturn being in Pisces. That's why, again, recheck yourself, your addictions, your bad habits, all that is poisoning your body, you putting toxin into your body now will be very strongly evaluated. So don't wait till Saturn will, you know, make such an issue for you that you will end up in a hospital even. Try to take care of yourself, because those things are destroying us. Alcohol is destroying the whole body, especially brain, liver, digestion system in general. Smoking, same situation, you know, respiratory energy. And of course food. I think food is one of the strongest poison that we have nowadays. What we have in our supermarkets, this is not food anymore. This is like, you know, just a lot of chemicals put into the product, and we are eating this every day. So that's why very important to take care of your diet during this transit. And also squares, right? Sagittarius, Gemini, other mutable signs, they also have like this square to Saturn in Pisces. So those 4 signs, Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius, you guys especially, please take care of your health. If you have any planets in those signs, be aware of that you might be pushed to really think a little bit more about your situation. Also a lot of anxiety, energy of anxiety for me, because Virgo, Gemini, ruled by Mercury, high speed energy, you know, neurons going very fast. This very often develop this, you know, very fast thinking, or even obsessive thinking too much, overthinking things, and this also leads to some problems with mental health. Pisces, mental health again, right? And that's why, guys, time to get serious. Don't wait till symptoms will show up. Be honest with yourself, sit with yourself, self-reflect, recheck how you spend your life, what kind of habits you have day by day, and how you can change it, how you can be more responsible, more mature, more serious about your health. And also there was a question from one of you about, let me just have a look at my video. There was a comment under the first video, the first part, yeah, about the lockdowns in March 2020. So there is a question if I think if when Saturn enters Pisces, this disease showed up in 2020 will go away forever. You know, I don't connect Saturn in Aquarius to this disease. I connect Saturn in Aquarius to how government, politicians, authorities, how they treated humanity under this crisis, because Saturn is control, limitations, regulations, laws, rules, and all those things were created by authorities, not by disease, right? Disease is just we are having all the time some sort of viruses. It's not something new. The worst thing that is now going on for us in our health situation is cancer. You can check how many people die because of cancer, and also heart disease. How many people suffer from that? For me, it became natural that everybody has cancer now. I hear about this non-stop in my family as well, so many cases. This is a real problem in medicine. The fact that this particular virus was used for this control, I don't feel like this virus was so important. There were worse situations going on with diseases in the past, and they didn't behave like that. So in my opinion, I feel like big people on this world, they use astrologers, and they kind of like they use the proper transit for proper situations. And I know that there is a plan, there was some sort of training before the next pandemic that is planned for 2025. During this program there was like a simulation, and simulation was set for 2025. Yeah, so also before 2020 there was a training, pandemic training. So for me this all looks kind of like planned. I'm sorry, maybe for some of you I might be treated like crazy. But you know, I do a lot of research, I read a lot, I listen to people who are not allowed to speak in media, for alternative doctors. Doctors, you know, doctors that also studied medicine, and they found a solution for this problem, but the solution would not give any money to big pharma. That's why those people were not allowed to talk. They lost jobs. They were not, those who had like private clinics, they couldn't continue working there. Clinics, sorry. So for me, the Saturn in Aquarius is more about taking away our freedom of speech, free thinking, because Aquarius is individualistic, is the energy that allows us all to have our own opinions, to share our opinions with the world. Aquarius is internet, and in times of Saturn in Aquarius, there was no possibility to really say what you think, to ask questions, to be a little bit more suspicious, to challenge those experts and those people who were like, you know, claiming certain truths about this disease. All those people who couldn't, who had alternative vision, they were not allowed to speak, basically. That's the Saturn Aquarius for me. You know, viruses, they will continue being on this earth. If you think about those that are probably hibernated in the ice, in those you know, icebergs, once the temperature of our earth will go higher, we're gonna have a meeting with some new diseases. I mean, old ones that we just didn't meet as people living now, because they are from prehistoric times. So for sure, and also this conjunction of Saturn and Neptune 2025-2026, this is as I mentioned, this tends to be like a symbolically speaking in astrology, this is a disease, heavy disease. Also Saturn being together with Neptune, this usually brings some new system, communism, socialism, because Saturn is structure, right? So this can also, especially in Aries 0 degrees, this can bring some new chapter for humanity. A very, very huge year, 2026. We are still, you know, on the way to real changes. March 2023 will bring a glimpse of that, but the transition will last a lot, and this decade 2020, 2030, this is a huge shift for humanity in general. We are not even in the middle of that. There will be a lot going on, building a new system, new financial system, AI replacing people. People, instead of being in the reality, they will be now more going into this cyber reality, maybe, you know, digital currency, digital life, doing shoppings in a digital way, with drones bringing you shopping. This is also Pluto in Aquarius. I'm gonna make another video about Pluto in Aquarius to talk about what we can expect from this transit. But this is all interconnected. So unfortunately, I don't think we are safe from new pandemics, because this all looks, this 2020, like a test and like a preparation for the proper one. And the proper one might be used for to implement the real control of humanity, when we will really have to collaborate, be included in the new system, digital system, especially if digital currency starts to be, you know, implemented for good. Also, this I forgot the name now, but you know, this income, this guaranteed income, instead of people going to work, they're gonna receive some basic income. Yeah, it's basic income, the name. And they will be totally dependent on the system, and this is very much connected to socialist communism, and again Saturn conjuncting Neptune 2025-2026. This is the time in history where we can connect this to fascism, communism, socialism. So, you know, people being equal, receiving same amount of money, this basic income, this is very much like it's all connected to this Agenda 2030. If you see what World Economic Forum is planning, Agenda 2030, if you see how they follow transits, astrological transits since especially 2020, then everything looks very clear. Looks like they truly just follow astrology. That's it. It's like I cannot say nothing more. That's why the most important thing is to remember about corruption, about lies, about deception, and don't trust anymore those people that we trusted in the past. That this situation brought us so many problems in the end. So the more we rebel towards that, the better. But I feel like next years can bring some sort of really like a fight for control, for power between humanity and those, who have power now. Pluto in Aquarius, in Capricorn government, politician system, banks, and now Pluto in Aquarius people. So we're gonna have this switch for the next 2 years. Another question was about entertainment industry. So yes, Pisces rules music industry, filming, photography, gaming as well. So all those visual arts, and Saturn in Pisces, there is a potential for mastery of this reality. So I expect that also checking back into the history, what was going on in when Saturn was in Pisces previously. It was always like music was on a very high level, and there were new kind of musics emerging, something new style. So I expect that we can have some music that we haven't seen before. Same with filming, very high level of creating videos, a huge development also with Pluto in Aquarius, or Aquarius rules technology. So we can expect that this will bring another level of experience of watching movies, and it can be very realistic. For example, we will feel like we are in a movie. Maybe there's gonna be something similar to like a metaverse that is also on the way. That we will feel like we are disconnected from reality, right? Pisces is disconnection from reality, and we are now in another dimension. So through movies, for example, right? There are some certain glasses that you put on yourself, and you see in your vision, you don't see the reality anymore. You are somewhere else, and this is Pisces energy. Which can be good and bad, because remember, like, people need to be in touch with reality, in touch with nature. And if we're gonna have the situation of lockdown again, and people being again stuck only in the digital world, making shopping through the phone, drones bringing products, again, pandemic is a perfect foundation for this new system that Agenda 2030 is building for us, promising for us this basic income, people just sitting at home, no need to work anymore, just food delivered by machines, AI replacing people at work. Well, for me this looks quite scary, because if you think about digital currency, if money will not be physical anymore, then the full control over your income, over your money is in the hands of this digital system. It can be lost anytime. Whenever you say no to certain things, you might have like a blockage on your account, and you cannot buy anything anymore. So for me, this is a sign of control again, and the shadow side. Of course, there's like a lot of beautiful potential positive sign of this transit, but we have to remember who is leading this world. I don't see a lot of good intentions in those people so far. That's why, maybe it's time for revolution. Maybe Pluto in Aquarius will bring us this energy, and there will be some sort of change, but it's gonna happen gradually. It's a long-term transit. Again, Saturn in Pisces here with this filmic industry, as I mentioned, mastery, but also some sort of, again, regulation, limitation, law, karma, karmic consequences. So maybe people working in this industry, they also will receive some karmic consequences, some recheck of what they've been doing till now. Maybe some hidden secrets will show up, because Pisces is all that is hidden, that you cannot see, subconscious, unconscious, not in the light. So we can also expect that something will come to the light with this energy. Saturn will just show the truth, how it is, harshly, strictly, but we're gonna know now the reality. And that can be very interesting. And also, let me see if there was something more that I wanted to mention here before I finish this video for good. Not really. So, you know, yeah, also TV. Let's talk about TV. I feel like it might be also some sort of like TV will be gradually, you know, ending its life, because everything is getting into the internet now. So also we can expect that, you know, this classic television is on the way to extinct quite soon, I believe, and there will be something new showing up here. But this is also something I want to continue talking about in Pluto. With Pluto in Aquarius transit, this video is coming here on my channel quite soon, I believe. So we're gonna talk about what we can expect in the next 20 years as well. And you know, with Saturn in Pisces, the most important thing is remember the nature of Saturn. Saturn demands you to work on your problems. So if you can first self-reflect about your shadow side of your Pisces. Yes, you find your house of Pisces, you connect this to the area of your life, and you think about the shadow side of Pisces, which is, to make a summary, confusion, not dealing with reality, escaping from reality. Whenever there is a problem, you escape into some distraction. It can be movies, music, it can be spirituality, right? You living in some sort of dream and clouds. Not taking any action in reality, being passive in your life, being prone to lies and deception, you lying to yourself, you lying to other people, or you being prone to trust lies of other people, not having this critical eye, not having this logical eye turn on, and you get, you know, there's like more possibility for you to be like lied and scammed. Also, you not having boundaries, not setting strong boundaries with people, letting other people overuse you, not respecting your energy, you not dealing with your mental health in case you have some addictions, not dealing with that. But remember that addiction is a sign of mental health problem. Usually most of addictions, they have the source in some unresolved trauma and repressed emotions. We trying to dissociate, disconnect from our true essence. I believe that people who really feel quite healthy, peaceful, nice with themselves, they like themselves, they are not scared of facing themselves, they are not scared of being alone, because, you know, being alone usually shows you the real you. And if there is something that you didn't heal yet, then those difficult energies usually comes out when we are alone. So if you notice that you don't like to be by yourself because then you start to feel very bad, this might be a message for you that you actually need to be by yourself more, self-reflect, dive deep into your soul, into your emotions, and try to heal that with the help of therapists if you want. But don't run away from that, because this energy will just be stuck with you forever if you don't deal with it. And then it's going to show up in health issues, because mental health affects the whole body. So we start to have symptoms in you know, in a grounded way as well. Also, addictions, as I mentioned, that's the sign that there is something to heal in your mental health, in your emotions, in your feelings. So dealing with that in a serious way, it will be definitely a good idea with Saturn in Pisces. Remember that Saturn can make our mood a little bit, quite strongly lower. It can bring depressive thoughts, feeling lonely, feeling abandoned, feeling under too much pressure, being very self-critical to yourself. So remember that this is a shadow side of Saturn, and if you start having these tendencies with Saturn being in Pisces, such a vulnerable, delicate energy, then try to uplift your mood, try to find some solution for that, because that's the energy that we really don't want. We don't need the self-critical energy. It's just destroying our energy, right? Our vibration. So try to uplift your vibration, even if you are going through some sort of difficult healing, through facing your shadow with the Saturn in Pisces, being, wanting you to be serious about your healing. Still, we can at the same time try to keep our vibration in a good way, being surrounded by good people, by animals, by nature, seeing the sun, go by the ocean, listen to uplifting music, take care of yourself, of your diet. All those things increase our immune system as well, but also our vibration. Also, shadow side of Pisces, I mentioned this addiction thing and escapism, but also spiritual bypassing. We have to remember that spirituality is not only about, light and love, I love everybody. It's very superficial. Life is sometimes also sucks. Life has dark side. We have dark side. Our soul has darkness in it. And if we don't face this honestly, and if we don't deal also with those difficult parts of life, then we are just spiritual on a very superficial level. We live in some sort of illusion, in a dream, in the clouds. Till you not face the real shit that you also have in you. Your past difficult stories, if you don't transform it, then you're gonna have you will not have access to this deep spiritual practice. And Saturn teaches us that things take time, that everything needs patience, effort, hard work, dedication, systematic work, even a plan, structure, organization. This energy will be now in our spiritual side, not like it was before with Neptune in Pisces, when everything was, without boundaries, and we were really like under some sort of illusion. And now this illusion will be destroyed by Saturn, and we're gonna see the truth of also our spirituality, if that's the real spirituality or not really, right? Remember that you can, for example, try manifestation or affirmations, but if you didn't heal first this darkness, you will not reach the intensity of your soul, because there's like so much repression in the subconscious that you are not reaching towards, you are not healing that. This has no access to touch you. You can feel like this shadow side is like a blockage into your truth, into your essence. So once you go through this darkness, then you are really back home. Then you really feel like, okay, this is me. Now you see clearly what is causing you acting in such a way. Now you see the cause of certain symptoms in your life, and now you have access to really truly healing them. Because becoming spiritual, it's not so beautiful. It's sometimes really, it's a dirty job. You really need to deal with very difficult things, with taboo, with secrets, with pain, with sorrow, with trauma, with you facing the fact that you hate some people that did something to you. And you might not accept this energy. You might face the fact that you are unable to forgive certain people. And this is not pleasant. You might see that you are hurting other people's, out of your trauma, out of your fears. All those things are needed to be faced with Saturn being in Pisces. Remember that Pisces rules unconscious mind. So all that we are doing automatically, like a machine, without even knowing why, all those reactions now, they needed to be evaluated with Saturn, and we need to look at them with like serious mind. Also, Saturn is a higher wisdom. This is the old soul energy. People with strong Saturn usually come into this world already, they are kids, but they already talk like very old people. So usually Saturnian people, they have like a very heavy karma with them. They went through a lot, they have a lot of experiences from past lives, and now they are coming into higher mastery of what they went through before. And also, one more thing that came to me, you know, if you have any sort of problems with mental health, if you believe in reincarnation, then this Pisces energy can also show up. This can bring your past life fears, karmic energies into this life in order to heal them. So if you didn't heal this in your previous lives, those traumatic fears, they might now be also a cause of your symptoms of your mental health. So it's really important to dig deep with the Saturn in Pisces, and at the same time being very self-caring, nurturing, compassionate to yourself, because Saturn is very harsh and cold. So you need to be like this caring, warm parent to your inner child. You need to be caring towards yourself. Have compassion. Don't be so harsh to yourself. Don't put even more pressure on yourself, because Saturn will do it anyway. Try to be at the same time, you know, approaching yourself with love. Say compliments to yourself. Show gratitude to yourself for all good things that you are doing. Don't focus only on those bad things, because Saturn tends to show those critical things, those bad, negative things that we are doing. But it's all about also remembering that we are always having this duality, and there is always good and bad side going on at the same time. This is life, and maybe with this I will end up this video, that we need to remember about this duality. You know, Saturn is karma, Pisces is karma. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. So we are ending some important cycle with Saturn being in Pisces right before Saturn and Neptune meet at the 0 degrees in Aries. So this is the energy of new beginning. We are having some strong, important lessons to do. So now it's a perfect time, those next 3 years, to really clean our energy, our body, our soul, our emotions, our feelings, cleaning them from all the toxin. Because Pisces is like a sponge, absorbing everything without limits. And now Saturn will be very serious about releasing that, about purifying your energy. So again, keep in mind that this has a great potential for us all to master our Pisces energy. Let's focus on that. Work with Saturn. Don't skip the lesson. Don't say to Saturn that I will do it next year. Now I don't have time. You need to do it now. Start now with all that I mentioned, especially thinking about your health in a serious way and mental health. So let's hope that this energy will give us something good. Also, this I didn't mention, it's good to keep few bottles of water in your home during this time. You know, like 5 liters bottles. I would suggest to everybody to have a bit of this just in case, because Pisces rules water and Saturn brings some troubles and limitations and restrictions. So it can show up in that way that we will not have running water in certain areas of this world, or water might be poisoned and it will be unable to be used. And also, unfortunately, floods, they tend to happen during Saturn in Pisces, also Saturn with Neptune. You know, so there might be some crisis going on with water in general, also connecting this water to our water in our body, right? Remember that our cells are running through liquids, right? Through, you know, through this whole system, and toxin goes out through, for example, lymph, sweating and stuff. So let's help the Saturn, as Saturn might bring some blockages here. Let's help our body to detoxify. Even under the Saturn in Pisces, we can still make our choices day by day to move our body, you know, physical activity, running, even just walking, making some sort of massage for this drainage, right? All that is helping this circulation of lymph to be more effective. And again, drinking all those things that will remove the toxin from our body. Definitely alcohol is not on the list. I believe many people will become sober. It might be even like a trend, hopefully, because remember that alcohol is poison. I also like to, you know, drink a glass of wine. Sometimes it's not like we cannot drink alcohol at all, but those heavy alcohols, or drinking alcohol only in order to become totally drunk, that you don't know what is going on anymore, because you cannot stand yourself, you cannot stand your own energy, you have some painful situation and you just cannot stand it anymore. And instead of healing that, being with this energy, processing that, talking with somebody, going for therapy, talking this out, you drink to just forget who you are. This energy will be now very strictly criticized by Saturn. And remember that Saturn will not ask you twice if you don't start working on yourself once Saturn wants you to do that. Next round will be stronger, and Saturn will not wait for you to, you know, to change your mind in few years. You will get some karmic push, you will get some symptoms, your health will feel some sort of pain or disease when you will not be aware of your actions. So my suggestion, start now, really. Make this evaluation and do your best to be a healthy, highly vibrational human being, because we truly need such people on this planet. We are having a very crucial times. It's something that humanity haven't seen before. Nobody knows what will exactly happen. A huge transformation is happening. And also remember that Aquarius is on a high vibrational awakening, high consciousness. So we do have the chance to make this world a better place, with the Saturn in Pisces closing those last ending cycles of karma, because both of them, as I mentioned, they rule karma. So we are closing what was going on in the past, especially last 29 years. We are paying karma for our actions from the last 29 years, and we have the chance to start again in 2026. So let's do our best to make this world a better place. I really trust that some of you watching this are on this side, that you keep having faith and hope that we as humanity, we can truly do better. We can truly be better and do better. Every single day is the chance for you to start your life on different conditions, with different rules, with different habits. And I hope that you will choose the right path for yourself. If any of you would like to have a look at your transits and know in what areas of your life this Saturn in Pisces can show up, how this can affect your energy, if you have Saturn return, also very important transit of becoming mature and having karmic lessons from Saturn for the next 3 years. Pluto in Aquarius for next 20 years. I do such readings, I check transits, especially those big ones, so you can be more conscious about what you can expect. You can get ready mentally for that. You can use the transit for your best, because every transit has positive side if you use it correctly. So it's always a chance to use the astrology with me if you want. or with other person, but I invite you for having a reading with me. We can also see your natal chart in depth. We can do it together, natal chart with transits, natal chart with tarot reading if you want. Different combinations. We can see your karmic purpose, checking your notes, the lifetime karmic journey for you, so you know for the rest of your life what is your direction, where your soul needs to go in order to evolve and learn the lesson. So all those things we can have a look. I'm very much into, you know, checking your inner child, your shadow side, your traumatic situation, in case there is something, the wound of Chiron, sorry, I said in Polish almost, Chiron. Sometimes I mix languages, especially now I'm using like 4 languages every day in a mixture, and sometimes I get crazy. But in general, I invite you all. Astrology is a wonderful psychological tool where you can also find out your fears, your blockages, your relationships, and you can find also some sort of solution, how you can work with your energy in the better way, so you can master it, just like Saturn likes to do it. Saturn in Pisces is a perfect transit for having an astrology reading, because as I mentioned, we get serious about our spirituality. We are not running away from our shadow side anymore, and horoscope is showing very clearly where you need to put some more effort, where you might have some wounds. So I am trying to clarify this for you guys. If you are interested in such approach, then feel free to contact me. You can just jump into the link down below. All my links are in one place in the description box. You can see at my website what kind of offer I have. Payment is through PayPal, and you just need to send me email and order the reading that you want, and then we just schedule the meeting, and that's it. So very easy. I welcome everybody. I work worldwide, and all my sessions are recorded, so you can use them for the rest of your life. So that's it. If you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. Please leave a like under this video. You can comment something if you have any questions, if you have any requests for next videos. Please let me know. Also, please let me know your impressions about this video if you want. And for now, I'm sending you good energy. Stay highly vibrational. Focus on what you can control. If what is going on in the world is too much for you, disconnect from that. The most important thing is that you are in good energy, that you take care of yourself, of your body, of your mental health, of your diet. Be in nature. Nature is our true home. Nature is our healing energy. So don't skip that. Don't let them close you in front of monitor and just, you know, scrolling your phone all day long, because this is also destroying our mental health. Keep that in mind. And let's hope that Saturn in Pisces will help us all to master, to get higher in our spirituality. And with this intention, I'm ending this video. Take care and see you next time. Bye.